Alright, good fucking day, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We've got another reaction for you today, so if you're new to the channel, or it's your first time watching, or if you've been following me for a while, or if you just came here to shit on me for whatever reason, have you, I don't care. For the most part, I review just chord music, right? That's what I love. I do love metalcore, deathcore, all that kind of stuff, right? But there's much more to me than just that right there. And as far back as I can remember, I've always had to pit like a real big love of extreme music, right? My parents never could understand it. People I grew up with in the Bible Belt of the South could never understand it. Imagine seeing 13-year-old me going to school. Everyone else is wearing like American Eagle, Hollister, whatever redneck, not whatever southern brand of clothing was popular at the time. And then I show up wearing a Bathory shirt with, the Baphomet on there. Went pretty well. But what I'm getting at is I'm more than just, the core stuff, okay? And one of my first loves of extreme music was black metal, and that, be it the first wave, like Bathory, Merciful Fate, or the second wave, Emperor, Dark Throne, Burzum, Mayhem, Dark Funeral, that kind of stuff. It all just resonated with me on such a weird way to me, because it was just so primal, full of aggression and fury, and just feral. It was raw, uncompromising. It just didn't give a fuck what people thought of it, and it resonated with me to just, damn, I can relate to this right here. Like, it was almost a natural state of being, right? Like, obviously, the 80s, especially the second wave of black metal scene was definitely full of controversy, Varg and, Mayhem and Euronymous and all that and everything like that, but didn't change the fact that the music is still very special to me. So decided to myself, I'm going to start doing more of that in addition to just my core music. Realistically, just going to do what I like, even if that consists of like the Nordic folk music that I love. If it sounds good, probably going to talk about it out here from now. I'm not going to limit myself just to, for the sake of what other people want. I'm going to do what I want to do because this is what I want to do. So I had the idea to do a reaction to a black metal band. Now, originally I was gonna, just offer my insights and commentary on one of the older ones, right? Like Emperor, arguably my favorite black metal band of all time. In the Nightside Eclipse, to me is like, that's my favorite black metal album of all time. I Am the Black Wizards, Inua Santana, that kind of thing. It's absolutely amazing. Perfection of an album. Beautiful, right? But then I decided, you know what? There's plenty of new blood out there. Let's give some new blood a chance. And then about 2 months ago, a buddy of mine turned me on to Blackbraid, who is a black metal artist who takes that typical or the traditional, black metal sound, and then takes the typical lyrical themes that are associated with the Norwegian scene, and then instead of that, he adds his own indigenous heritage into there, which I think is absolutely amazing, right? Like, I always love when people are, proud of their heritage, right? It's just, and they incorporate it into their music. It's absolutely amazing thing that I love to hear. So this is Blackbraid, Dying Breath of a Sacred Stag. Let's check this out, and we'll talk about it afterwards. Long one, too. Nice, eerie acoustic opening. Okay. Like a very early Bathory kind of sound. Really digging it. love seeing guitarists in black metal beat that stereotype that black metal musicians can't shred like that. I think people have that thought that they just can't. Definitely get some heavy Bathory vibes, possibly even like early Immortal vibes. Ooh, I love that lead playing too. There we go, pick up the pace, there we go. Let's hear it now. It almost has like, it went from that Bathory vibe to now, this is almost like an Emperor kind of vibe to me right here. Really picked it up now. In my opinion, at least. References to his indigenous background with this video alone. Amazing. Back to that original tempo. And this man's got some serious fucking chops here. He is no fucking slouch. He definitely did his homework as far as his inspirations. like the guitar like melody that it has going right there too. This way it seamlessly integrates into this, clean outro, just how it started with the clean opening. Okay, that was, man, that was a fucking, that was a fucking jam right there. So what I really loved about it was the way it, for me at least, okay, was the way he was able to really meld his influences. You could tell he was very clearly inspired by, the legends of the black metal scene, particularly, Bathory, early Bathory at least, right? To me, when it picked up the pace midway through the song, that definitely took on like almost like an Emperor kind of vibe to it. Some might disagree. Bathory was definitely capable of, going fast as well. Korthon was no fucking, slouch of his own. But that's just, the vibe that I got. It went from that Bathory vibe to a little bit of Emperor. Still, some could argue it's still Bathory. It could be either or, really. And then it transitioned back to that mid-tempo, opening, and then opening and outro both had that acoustic opening, which really just sort of set the tone. It almost, like the song itself, it really served to almost make you sort of feel like you were in the woods with him in this video right here, right? That's I don't know, this is the kind of song that I would play if I was just walking through the woods by myself and just wanted to really feel, that connection to the forest and to nature and to the land spirits and everything like that. Yeah, this is an absolute amazing song. I know they released one prior to this. I cannot remember the name of this. War Drums at Dawn on the Day of My Death. Yeah, I did listen to that one when I was first told about Blackbraid, and then that's what was like, holy shit. This is, this really does remind me a lot of that old school black metal with some, modern day touches. It's that, everything's very nicely, I don't want to say polished as far as the instrumentation goes, but it's definitely very tight, very clean. It doesn't have that, a lot of people will say that, oh, black metal can only be that lo-fi or that just, that chaotic, this like the way, Dark Throne recorded, their first couple of albums, they just had that little, that little tape recorder, and they just use that, Some people will say that's the only way to do it. Me, I can embrace some more modern stuff, but yeah, this was absolutely amazing. It will definitely be on constant rotation in the future for me, and this is going to be featured on Blackbraid 3, which is coming out August 8th, 2025. I'm definitely going to buy this album. This is one of those that I can only, if it sounds as good as it does on here, I can only imagine how good it's going to sound on vinyl. Or whatever platform I can get it on. Yeah, this was the vocals themselves. They were very reminiscent of the the legends of the scene back then. I mean, definitely had some Bathory vibes. A little bit of Dark Throne, I won't lie. Yeah, it was a breath of fresh air into black metal. Not to say black metal ever needed it, but it's nice to hear these younger generations doing this, right? It is very, let's see. Yeah, a lot of people, it's just, yeah, just so many people commenting how it's making them feel about being in nature and everything. They want to just, just this is the band I would absolutely love to see live. As far as rating goes, yeah, this is a great fucking song. So why, it's absolutely amazing. It was perfect in my opinion, at least. Some people might have a different thought. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the matter. Um, but yeah, Blackbraid, The Dying of a Sacred Stag. And that's going to be featured on Blackbraid 3, which is coming out August 8th this year, 2025. So hopefully you hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully this new thing that I'm going to start doing is well received. If it's not well received, well, I'm going to keep doing it anyway because this is what I love. I'm definitely going to I'm going to keep doing stuff like this more often. There's just so much, you know, amazing music out there. I'm not going to limit myself anymore just for the sake of, others, right? So, on that note, as per usual, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you go support Blackbraid and the video that released this, Black Metal Promotion. Make sure you go support them as well. They definitely deserve support after dropping this amazing one right here. And until the next video, peace.